It was, unfortunately, Harrison developed bacterial meningitis when he was 3 months old. And due to that, he ended up losing his hearing. So, it's been quite the journey for us just being, here recovering from the meningitis and then our ongoing with ENT and audiology and speech. It was so hard. I feel like everything kind of just went black almost. Because not only did we find out he's profoundly deaf now and he's not going to be able to hear going forward, but they also said, it's going to affect his speech. And you always kind of forget when you lose one of these major senses, what else it's tied to. I feel like we were under a tremendous time crunch because not only with meningitis, it affects the hearing cells, and his was severely damaged, but it also starts to ossify the cochlea. So it was like we were under severe time constraints. Like, we have to figure out, are we doing these implants? What is our next process forward? Because if we wait too long, then it lessens the success rate of the implant. So I think working with Dr. Roby and coming up with a plan, and she was so attentive and, kind of monitoring his recovery and when should we do this surgery, because she wanted the best success rate out of this implant. So, it was literally like drinking from a fire hose and making timely decisions. I think he's always been kind of vocal, but definitely when he received the implants and was activated, he was quiet for a little bit, and then he just started talking. And he's just like his sisters, like nonstop babbling and talking. So we couldn't be happier with his progress.
And it's a whole nother set of emotions on the parent side that they don't understand, but it's definitely helped us grow together as parents and have a united front with both of them.
Yeah, like you said, it was involved with, him and us, and then, eventually we got Callie involved too, who wasn't in the program, but they had her, participate, and it was, I feel like once Callie was kind of in some of the activities too, a lot of it clicked with Cooper, so.
It was a family affair for sure.
Yeah. Remember the Hot Wheels tracks? Was that your favorite?
We built lots of tracks and towers, and you were such a great listener, weren't you? Do you remember with Miss Katie in our special time?
Yes!
Yeah, that was fun.
We learned a lot, and then, we learned how to utilize that time we have with the kids, and, it's super limited. We're both full-time working parents. We don't work from home, so, we get our kids at 4:30, and you get that last, 3-4 hours before they're in bed, and your cycle starts over. So just making the time you have with them really count, and then having the therapy to make the most out of that time was really beneficial.
I have always recommended to anybody with kids that have behavioral challenges or just speech or they're struggling with that to advocate. Always advocate, push for those needs. I was at a low spot when this whole thing was recommended to me. And I was like, why don't they advertise this? Why isn't this pushed out everywhere?
Yeah.
So when I had that person do that check-in with me from Children's for his behavioral stuff and they recommended it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to tell everybody about this. And I have been. It's just one of those things that a lot of people haven't heard about it, but I have pushed and pushed for Cooper specifically, knowing that this has only helped him. Yeah, and it's drastically changed our lives as parents and even his. It's such an amazing program. I knew I was going to cry. But, it made our family grow together, and and to have that is just incredible, to have that kind of connection for a program that we've never heard of.
Star Studio, how would I describe it? It's a very cool program that's offered here at Children's Minnesota. It's unlike a lot of our other wrap-around care programs. This is a place of fun. This is the house of fun. We have a theory here, or a saying. We just say keep it light and fluffy, because we're here to make kids smile and give them a chance to take a break from whatever it is that they might be going through. Also, I can say this, Star Studio is also a destination for our outpatients. So when they come in and they have a blood draw or an MRI, they actually schedule them around the times of our shows so that that medical thing or clinical thing isn't the only thing they do at Children's.
We want to thank CHA from the bottom of our hearts. Without these programs and resources, I don't know where Harrison would be in his journey. But when I look at him, I don't see a kid who has hearing loss or a disability. I see a boy who just hears differently from other children. And we wouldn't be here without this program. So thank you so much.
So we just want to say thanks, obviously, to Children's and all the programs, but primarily to the Children's Hospital Association for making these programs possible and funding them. So we would be in a totally different spot without them, so thank you.
I always say this, for any money that comes our way in terms of donations or grants or anything like that, the money is never wasted. We put every penny of that to work to help better our program, not to just make it bigger. We don't need to be bigger. Bigger isn't always better. But if we can make our program better, funding, it's never a wasted penny.